Resident Evil is one of the longest-running game franchises, often known for coining the term survival horror. While series curator Shinji Mikami has now moved on to new things, the eerie spirit of the originals has lived on. Capcom has enjoyed great success with the latest entry, Resident Evil Village, shipping over 3 million copies within the first week of its launch. While the game is great in its own right, a lot of its popularity can be attributed to the gargantuan Lady Dimitrescu, amassing a large fan base since her first appearance in the game's reveal trailer last year.
There will be enough for everyone. Urama!
Hey, wait.
Oh, be careful what you wish for, Ethan Winters.
Towering at a 9'6", this claw-wielding vampire lady has a lot more than meets the eye. Lady Dimitrescu's full name is Alcina Dimitrescu, with Countess being used as a prefix for her vampirical nature. Born to a family of nobles, Alcina spent her early life away from the game's village. She returned to her family estate after the Second World War for reasons unknown, but fan theories suggest that Miranda might be behind the migration.
Mother Miranda, I regret to inform you that Ethan Winters has escaped that fool Heisenberg. Because he is in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle. When I find him... No, Mother Miranda. Yes, of course, I understand the importance of the ceremony. I won't let you down. Oh! To hell with the ceremony! That man will pay for what he's done.
While Lady Dimitrescu is purely a fictional character, we certainly hope so, she is certainly one of the tallest humans ever. Her shoe size is confirmed to be 44 centimeters, almost double the average woman's shoe size, putting another record to her name.
The man's fate is in your hands.
Mother Miranda, I must protest. Heisenberg is but a child, and his devotion to you is questionable. Give the mortal to me, and I will ensure he is ready.
Shut your damn hole! And don't be a sore loser! Go find her food somewhere else.
Quiet now, child. Adults are talking.
I'm the child. You're the one who's arguing with Miranda's decision.
You wouldn't know responsibility if it was welded
Oh,
to
keep
that
growing! One day your head might actually fit your ego!
Hey, don't I get a say in this?
Silence! My decision is final. There will be no argument. Remember from whence you came.
Thank you.
Resident Evil Village's art director, Tomonori Takano, went to great lengths to make sure that the character of this bewitchingly beautiful vampire lady remains etched in the minds of fans, which meant veering away from the stereotypical vampire tropes. Lady Dimitrescu's basic appearance resembles that of a Japanese yokai Hachishaku-sama, who is an 8-foot-tall woman donning a tall white robe and a hat. Shortly after settling down in the village, Miranda lured Alcina to her secret laboratory to implant the Kadu parasite within her. A desperate search for finding a suitable host for reviving her daughter Ava fueled her drive to perform such experiments on the residents of the village, but Lady Dimitrescu failed to pass the tests. While she developed incredible regenerative abilities, which prevented her from aging, a genetic disease within Alcina caused her to develop severe side effects. To maintain normal vitals, Lady Dimitrescu requires a regular intake of human blood, which probably fueled the serial killings and turned her into a cannibal. In short, she became a vampire. Contrary to what many people might perceive, Lady Dimitrescu's trio of daughters aren't her blood relatives.
Man blood. Mother, I bring you fresh prey.
You are so kind to me, daughters.
Reading through a bunch of notes and detailed inspection of photos reveals that the three daughters were implanted with the Cadu parasite in a similar fashion to Alcina. While the trio were definitely siblings, their real origins and how they came into contact with Miranda is unknown. Most theories suggest that Miranda might have come across them randomly for her experiments, but much can't be said to prove this sentiment either. You could actually see the paintings of the lady and her daughters on the several walls of the castle, strongly suggesting that they were completely ordinary people early in their lives. Another point worth noting is that the names Bella, Daniela, and Cassandra were given by Lady Dimitrescu herself. After seeing these girls being run through similar experiments as her, it seems that she might have developed a certain motherly bond with each of them. Throughout the course of the game, Lady Dimitrescu showcases her remorse and mourns for the loss of her daughters when they get hunted down by Ethan Winters.
What the hell, dude?
You ungrateful, selfish wretch! You come into my house! You lay your filthy man hands on my daughters! And now you even try to steal my property! How dare you! Rest while you can! Because I will hunt you, and I will break you!
Resident Evil Village contains detailed notes about the transformations of these three siblings, Bella, Daniela, and Cassandra. After a couple of days of being injected with the Cadu, a housefly flew from the mouth of one of the subjects. Later, all three of the subjects' bodies were disintegrated into flies which resembled the shape of their former selves. They all gained supernatural abilities. However, there was a catch. They can't sustain cold temperatures, so they can't go outside of the castle. If they do, they'll just freeze and get crumbled into pieces, something we see Ethan take advantage of when he takes down all three daughters.
A healthy man's blood. Where are you going, little one? Your bullets cannot harm. You stupid man thing! How dare you bare your teeth at us! I won't forgive you, you bastard! I'll slice your throat and stuff it with worms!
After Alcina was rejected as a suitable host for Ava on the grounds of her genetic illness, Miranda gave her the responsibilities of taking over her castle, Dimitrescu. Miranda naturally had a lot of influence over the village, which allowed Lady Dimitrescu to regularly take in new staff to serve as maidens. Now here's some interesting details on how the lady and her daughters treated their staff, which is something that is hidden behind the notes in the game. One evening at the family dinner, the daughters complained about the castle feeling too hot and stuffy, and a maid was standing beside them. As a caring maid, she went ahead and tried to open the window but was immediately told to keep them shut. The maiden in question records these happenings in notes, fearing that she might be in line for a visit to the castle dungeon. Many of these maidens naturally felt intimidated and harassed by the lady and her daughters, and any mistakes in the service would usually result in the maidens ending up in the castle dungeon. These maidens would then be drained of their blood and get infected with the mold. This would turn these maidens into Morowace and Sams, which roamed the castle dungeons while the dead male servants would serve as scarecrows, a truly nightmarish event for the innocent staff. And if that wasn't enough, we also learned about how cruel Cassandra is. In the Resident Evil Village's Maiden demo, the protagonist learns even more about the treatment subjected to the castle maidens by the daughters. One such maiden seemingly got a knife struck at her face by the youngest daughter, Cassandra, making her the most intolerant and aggressive of the three. Now, given the atrocities and the murders that Lady Dimitrescu and her daughters carried out in the village, something had to give. And this resulted in a revolt among the village dwellers, and this is when one of them found something that could kill the lady permanently. Despite her incredible regenerative powers, the gargantuan vampire lady is believed to be weak to a specific poison blade, the dagger of Death's Flowers. This exotic blade is said to belong to the Dimitrescu family heirloom, with his blade containing some exotic poisons capable of severing the ties of immortality that the Kadu parasite gifted Alcina. One unnamed resident of the village managed to steal the blade and attempted to assassinate Lady Dimitrescu. To not much surprise, the assassin was killed, and the blade was buried in the castle. In the game, Ethan manages to reach the tower and stabs the lady with the dagger, making her turn into a ferocious, dragon-like monster.
You've ruined everything!
What follows is a grueling boss fight between the two, with Ethan managing to finally kill Lady Dimitrescu once and for all. Lady Dimitrescu was also at the odds with some of the decisions that Miranda made. In a note written by Alcina herself, she expresses her anguish for not being Miranda's favorite and instead being treated as an equal. That's not to state that she isn't obedient, as she obeys Miranda's orders that Ethan be handed to Karl Heisenberg instead of her, albeit after a very short protest. Even when Ethan escapes the clutches of Heisenberg for the first time and lands at Castle Dimitrescu, she orders her daughters not to kill him, as that would require the permission of Miranda.
Then let's devour his man-flesh quickly, Mother. I am the one who captured him.
Now, daughters. First, I must inform Mother Miranda. But later, well...
However, her emotions take the better of her when she's faced with the death of her daughters, as she embarks on a furious rampage to hunt down Ethan and slices one of his limbs off in the process.
Like I'd let you get away. You'll be sliced to ribbons.
Lady Dimitrescu is certainly an interesting character, and a lot has gone into making her the way she is. Her face capture model, Helena Mancausa, and actress Maggie Robertson are riding high waves of fandom, and the community has created a plethora of fan arts and mods to celebrate this hulking vampire noblewoman. We only wish that she had a bigger role in Village, but what we got was more than satisfactory.
So, what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.